It's Wednesday on Football Daily, and you know what that means. It's time for Transfer Talk, where we bring you the latest on all the biggest rumours doing the rounds at the moment. We start with Chelsea, who, as it stands, are the only Premier League side not to make a single signing this summer, whether it be for the first team or the youth sides. Although it does now seem likely that Jules Kounde from Sevilla will be the first name through the door. The young French star has agreed personal terms ahead of the move that Fabrizio Romano believes is at an advanced stage and could well include Kurt Zouma. So whilst Kounde is likely the first rumour around Chelsea seems extremely far-fetched, as it's actually to do with a potential exit, as Timo Werner has been linked with a return to the Bundesliga, with Bayern Munich reportedly interested in the 25-year-old. Of course, Werner only moved to Stamford Bridge from Germany last summer when Chelsea paid Leipzig his £47.5 million release clause, signing a 5-year deal in the process. However, his debut campaign was somewhat underwhelming, as he found the net just 6 times in the league, although his 8 assists was amongst the most of his new teammates last season. So despite just 12 goals in all competitions for Werner, we expect him to be substantially better this season, as apparently do Bayern Munich. The club are now of course managed by Julian Nagelsmann, who was the German international's head coach at Leipzig during the 1920 campaign, in which he netted a career-high 28 league goals, finishing second in the Bundesliga Golden Boot race behind Robert Lewandowski. But, as you'd expect, Chelsea would be asking for a huge fee for their number 11, to the point where no figure has been quoted should Bayern make an official offer. Club policy in West London often sees new signings handed 5-year deals before being evaluated after 3 seasons with the team, so it's likely Chelsea wouldn't even consider selling Werner before 2023. And let's have it right, we're thinking the same thing you are. This is absolute nonsense. The Erling Haaland move is a rumour that just will not go away this window. The Norwegian international does have a €75 million release clause, but that doesn't become active until the summer of 2022. A number of clubs have considered making a move for him now instead, preparing to outbid rivals and test the resolve of the Borussia Dortmund board, who are adamant he will not be sold though. And that's no surprise, especially after they eventually saw Jadon Sancho leave the Westfalenstadion for Manchester United, not wanting to lose 2 superstars during the same period. But that hasn't stopped Chelsea coming up with a number of creative ways in order to tempt Dortmund into a sale. As well as deals that could have seen the likes of Tammy Abraham and Callum Hudson-Odoi head in the opposite direction, the Blues' latest move was going to be a £150 million cash-only transfer, according to multiple reports. This would have apparently included a number of clauses that would have seen BVB get bonus payments if Chelsea won the Premier League or the Champions League, with the prodigy as their leading man. However, it wouldn't have been enough, and even then, it looks like Haaland, who turned 21 last week, is more than content with his current situation. Back at pre-season training with his club after the summer off, this is what he told reporters about a potential move yesterday.
Before yesterday, I didn't speak with my agent in 1 month, so yeah, I think you have the answer there. I don't really care too much about that, but yeah, it's true. It's a lot of money. So I hope it's just rumors, to be honest, because that's a lot of money for a person.
We mentioned him briefly earlier, but one name that could well be on his way to Chelsea is Sevilla centre-back Jules Kounde. The Frenchman, who was part of Didier Deschamps' Euro 2020 squad, has been one of the most sought-after defenders this summer, with the likes of Barcelona, Man United and Real Madrid all having been linked to the 22-year-old. But it does look like Thomas Tuchel's side will now be Kounde's destination, weeks after he reportedly rejected a switch to Tottenham Hotspur, citing his desire to play in the Champions League. And as Sevilla would have been a Champions League side this season, there was clearly no rush from the former Bordeaux man to move on unless the right offer came in. And apparently, after rejecting a deal from the Blues that would have seen left-back Emerson head the opposite way, the two sides are now close to reaching an agreement. This move could be completed in a matter of days if you believe a lot of the Spanish media, and Chelsea fans, we want to hear from you. Where else do you think you need to improve in order to challenge Manchester City and Liverpool and maybe Man United for a Premier League title? Let us know down below. If you're new to Football Daily and want to keep up to date with all of the transfer news and more, then hit the subscribe button right now to never miss out on another video. Now to Manchester United, where no sooner than they've clinched 2 major transfer signings in Jadon Sancho and Raphael Varane, another one of their superstars could well be on the way out. Paul Pogba's contract situation has been very well documented in recent months, with the Frenchman now counting down the days to the final 12 months of his £290,000 a week deal with the club. Boss Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has said they are still in talks with the 28-year-old over an extension, but there is some reluctance over handing the 2018 World Cup winner a wage packet that would put him on par with £375,000 a week David De Gea. Reports from James Ducker in the Telegraph suggest that Pogba has already rejected a £350,000 a week contract with the club, and it's thought that the fact he would be earning less than his Spanish teammate is a prime reason for him turning it down. So if he's not going to commit his future to United, they need to sell him this summer to avoid losing him on a free. PSG and Real Madrid are the two main sides having been linked with Pogba, and one of them appears to be sizing up a move in the very near future. PSG have already been very busy in the transfer market. They've completed deals for Gianluigi Donnarumma, Sergio Ramos, Gini Wijnaldum and Achraf Hakimi. So this likely means they'll need to offload a few players, including former Manchester United midfielder Ander Herrera, as well as goalkeepers Alphonse Areola and Sergio Rico, in order to fund a move for Pogba. Le Parisien believe that Pogba could be available for less than £50 million as they look to make a formal approach in a move that would see Pogba return to his hometown. And whilst there has reportedly been no direct contact yet between the two clubs, reports in France are suggesting that representatives have opened talks between the French side and Pogba over personal terms, and that shouldn't be an issue. This one is looking like it could well happen. So United fans, I want to hear from you. Do you think we should sell Paul Pogba in order to fund a move for a lights-out defensive midfielder? Let me know in the comments below. It's certainly a tempter. If Pogba does make the switch to the Parc des Princes, it does now look inevitable that he'll spend just one season lining up alongside international teammate Kylian Mbappe. That's because the 22-year-old has reportedly told boss Mauricio Pochettino that he does not intend to extend his contract with the club following its expiration next summer. However, the former Monaco player will not force a move away from PSG, instead choosing to see out his final year and reclaim the Ligue 1 title, as well as yet another push for that elusive Champions League crown. Having scored 132 goals and set up another 61 in just 171 matches following his €145 million move 4 years ago, there's no doubt PSG will do all they can to keep their star man in the French capital. But with Madrid shedding star players like Sergio Ramos and Raphael Varane, this one looks like it's only going in one direction. Now to Arsenal, who still believe they have a chance to bring Martin Odegaard back to the Emirates. The Norwegian spent the second half of the season on loan, scoring once and setting up 2 in 14 appearances with the club, but became a crucial attacking outlet as Mikel Arteta's side made a late surge for the European spots before ultimately falling just short. With Real Madrid's financial situation and having just seen Rafa Varane leave for what many see as a bargain price, Arsenal feel they can convince the 22-year-old to leave the Spanish capital, despite Odegaard being open to fight for his place at the Bernabeu. It's also thought that he cost around £35 million, cheaper than most of the names they've been linked with in that role this summer. Another name that Arsenal have been almost comically linked with over the last 24 hours is Inter Milan striker Lautaro Martinez. The Nerazzurri are determined to keep hold of the Argentine though, and had previously rejected interest from Barcelona, who have been rumoured to be lining up a €100 million bid for the 23-year-old. This one is extremely far-fetched, so let's have it right, Arsenal fans. I think Odegaard's more likely. So that's it for this week's episode of Transfer Talk. If you enjoyed it, hit the like button, hit subscribe. Thanks very much for watching. We'll catch you later.